Blog Talk Radio.
Something's gone wrong. For all our vigilance and battle scars over the Bill of Rights, have we let the flame of freedom's torch grow cold? Because there can be no torch to pass where there's no flame.
Freedom has only one enemy it cannot defeat, and that is negligence. So your presence here, now, today, is an act of reverence. Of all man's works beneath the heavens, none shines brighter than our Constitution. I think Jefferson and Paine, Adams, Madison, Mason, Franklin, I think they're looking down right now at us. I think they understand what we're trying to do, what we strive to do. Every time our country stands in the path of danger, an instinct seems to summon her finest first, those who truly understand her. When freedom shivers in the cold shadow of true peril, it's always the patriots who first hear the call. When loss of liberty is looming, as it is now, the siren sounds first in the hearts of freedom's vanguard.
Good evening, everybody. This is Joe Joseph, along with my co-host, John King. Tonight we have a very special show. We have AC Griffith here with us tonight, and we also have James Fox calling in a little later on in the show. John, are you there?
Yes, I am. Sorry I'm late, my friend. I'm just recovering from a computer crash.
No, I totally understand. I totally understand that, man. I actually went through that problem myself a couple of days ago, and luckily I'm back up and at 'em. And I want to hit a little something real quick in regards to the spill in the Gulf, or the disaster. Apparently today they have said that they have capped the leaking riser, and everything is okay. Love, peace, and harmony abounds. What do you think about that, John?
Sniff, sniff, I smell bullcrap.
Yeah, I know. I hear you,
I
man.
believe BP about as far as I can throw my SUV, which isn't very far.
Right. Now, folks, tonight we have a very special guest returning to the show. AC Griffith is here to give us his insight on what's going on, along with other world events. And Griff, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
Outstanding. Good to have you back tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
And well, let's get right into it. They capped the riser. What are your thoughts on that?
BP and all of the people involved at the management level, the Coast Guard, the federal government, they've lied repeatedly. They've lied too many times. Why should we believe anything they say now? I don't believe a word of it. There are too many discrepancies, too many things wrong in the timeline, in their claims. I still visualize that fish swimming through the oil coming out of the pipe. If the oil is at 72,000 pounds per square inch, or even 10,000, that fish would not have been able to swim through the oil. He would have been thrown up to the surface of the ocean. You know.
I agree.
So they're putting a cap on it. So what? The problem is down in the shaft, in the well, in the lining of the hole going underground. They couldn't stop it with their BP mud when they tried to seal the hole, because the mud didn't stick in the pipe going down into the ground. I'm trying to simplify this for the listeners. There was a blowout down there, and the pipe was blown up, and there is every reason to believe that the walls of the well going miles into the ground has been damaged to the point of water and oil and methane is more than likely being pumped horizontal out of that shaft into hundreds and hundreds of feet or miles of earth, I'm expecting the methane and some of the other contaminants in the water to be pumped into the aquifers on the land, coming up in wells. And it will come up in wells in the form of bubbles. It probably will be methane. That would be the number one guess, but it could be any number of contaminants. The one way to find out is if you see or have bubbles coming out of your faucets from your well, put a match to it, see if it burns. It may burn. See, the problem is not at the top necessarily. It's down in the hole. And they've plugged the top, which puts more pressure in the hole, which pumps more contaminants out the sides. And that's what they're going to do. And they know it. They know that. And they're just feeding Colonel Potter said horse hockey to the people through the press right now. Joe?
I often wonder, I mean, you apply just a little bit of common sense to the scenario, and you already know that they have acknowledged the fact that the wall of the drill bore has been compromised, and so I can't see how a pressure test at this point would be an effective way of measuring if this thing is sealed or not. It just seems more smoke and mirrors than anything else, and there's been a lot of talk about well, the next step is the relief well. Well, if the relief well doesn't work, then we have something called an EPFCG, which is a nuclear device that generates a high-powered electromagnetic pulse. And basically, it's a shaped-charge nuke, is what it is. And it's got such raw power that it exceeds lightning bolts by an enormous magnitude. Do you have any knowledge on this type of weapon that they are talking about here, Griff?
No, I don't, but it should not be used in this application. You're setting on trillions of cubic feet of methane. Can you imagine what could happen?
Oh, no. I mean, it's unfathomable. Let alone just say, for instance, that there is no methane at all. And the pressure from a nuclear explosion in a space that's confined on all sides has to go somewhere, you know, and the thing is, it's going to take the path of least resistance. And I'm thinking that there's a lot more resistance going down than there is going up. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think that any sort of explosion or detonation of that nature would compromise the seafloor.
Of course it would. You would have to be insane to attempt something like that.
Right.
In this application, especially.
So, I guess the question that I have for you is, where do we go from here? Where do you see this? Where do you see this heading?
I see millions of people evacuating the Gulf area. I have not changed my mind on anything I've said in the past. I think they all know what's going to happen. It is happening. This will buy them a little time and a little PR, but it'll be short-lived. This is not going to solve anything.
Now, you heard, I don't know if you heard, Griff, about a 46-ship flotilla going down to Costa Rica?
Yes.
And they say it's because of fighting the drug war. Now, I have a military background with the Navy, and I understand how things work. And the type of flotilla that they sent down there is more geared towards a disaster relief effort than it is towards a counter-drug ops effort. And what I say by that is, normally in a wartime or war-fighting scenario, you're going to have ships that can more gear themselves to that type of situation. Using the amphibious fleet gives me the sign that, or gives me some sort of feeling that they're stationing these ships away, but within easy reaching distance if something were to happen. And I don't know. What do you